action. I have Jamie Benson's name down, but I noticed that his wife is here, I think, right?
Yeah, he's at work.
And I noticed that Coach Randy's here instead, maybe, so. Do you want to come up and speak, Coach Randy, or?
First, I'm the vice president of the Lincoln County Youth Soccer League, and we are going to ask you for something. We're asking that we could possibly get a $2,500 donation. We sent a letter to the commission. When we took this league over 4 years ago, we had 180 kids. We're up to 374 kids, and we service the whole county, as opposed to we you know, like football leagues or certain areas, you know, Duval area, Lincoln County, or Hamlin area, West Hamlin area. We service the whole county. All of our money is we raise through concessions, and we throw a big year-end party for the kids as well. Last year we started charging an admission per se for people that come down the hill to watch the games. We charge $1. That's to pay for the refs. We still have people that like to park up on the hill, walk down to save $1. Really irritates us because that's basically taking money out of the kids' pockets. Because none of anything that we do, and all our books are done through the county. Family resource. So our books are open. Anybody can take a look. I mean, everything. We got receipts to back everything. So we're just asking. We need siding for our building that we built, and then some more gravel. And if you go down to the field, you'll actually see that it's probably the only organization in the county that actually has a sign saying Lincoln County Commissioner, or Commission, proud sponsor. So, I mean, we show that y'all are helping us, and we just ask you for your continued support. The article that was in the paper kind of worries us in a way, and I know that's not a final deal, but with the August only donations, we're a spring league. We've been asked year after year after year to do a fall league. We can't because we have nowhere to practice. So we're kind of, you know, we can only do the spring league. So the August would really jeopardize our league. So we ask that you kind of really think that process through before that decision's made. But again, I thank you for your time and hope that you'll help us out. And I'll answer any questions you have if you have any questions.
Where's your field at now?
It's at the Hamlin High School,
down,
Lincoln
yeah.
County High School. We
Okay.
share that with the girls' soccer league.
As soon as you cross the bridge, it's the way.
Well, I'll make one comment concerning the concerns you have about the money's only been available August. There will be a time in February that it'll have.
Okay.
So we kind of, I think that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, whenever we were talking about it in the last commission meeting, I know that whenever things get reported in the paper, you know, a lot of times this is a business meeting. So you are just kind of kicking around ideas until you actually have a proposal that comes up, and of course they still can be modified before it's enacted. But that was one of the things that I brought up. From what I see in our financials is last year we gave a lot of money away, a lot of contributions, and it's hard to budget. And I think that you're aware of that. You understand that, and I think most people do. It's hard to budget for contributions. And what I was actually talking to the other commissioners about in the last meeting was setting aside a certain amount of money for contributions and not exceeding that, and having 2 different time periods. I actually said one in the beginning, you know, whenever I was talking to them, but Dr. Vance said maybe we can have 2 different time periods. so we can, we can have fall and spring. So everybody, would have a chance, an equal chance at obtaining a contribution. But, and I think that would be something that soccer would fall into, so softball and baseball. But whenever we get to that part of our discussion, I kind of put together a proposal for that. And I think it would be something that, that we can look at. I know that right now, from just what I have checked on today, looking at, we're at the end of our fiscal year, and our finances are very tight. And and of course, if you look at the agenda, we are actually moving money around so that we can allocate, because we have to get through this particular year. And I think that what we need to do as a commission is, I think that we just need to pull back the reins a little bit right now until we can get through this fiscal year, to see how much money we have. And I don't think it's not anything my kids play soccer. But I think that we have a certain responsibility so that we make sure that we can pay our bills. And that's where I'm at. And it's nothing against youth soccer, it's nothing against anyone else that's requesting donations or contributions. It's the fact that we have obligations that we have to meet. And I think what we need to do is pull back the reins a little bit right now, because it's the end of the year for us. And but the other two commissioners, they can speak for themselves.
Well, I think when he gets to the point to where, I've reviewed the changes he's proposing and things, and I think Charles has too. Once he gets it, we probably will adopt these things tonight as far as, and look at them as far as, and probably, we'll have a better idea of where we're at in a few months as far as where the money is and things of that nature. So, but all these things that we adopt, the procedure we adopt for the donation contributions, will all be based upon available funds. If we've got the funds, then we do this. If we don't have the funds, we can't do it, because there are other things that, although I don't think there's many things much higher priority than keeping our kids in shape, there are things that require us to have money to continue the operation of our government here. So we have to do that first and then see where we're at after that. And I think that this procedure that we're going to adopt or may adopt, I think it will probably allow us to even have everyone will have a better idea of how much money can be accessed. Whether it be what we have to be available in particular times or whatever. And this is a fluent thing. We may find out this procedure we're using doesn't work because there's something we didn't anticipate happening that might require funding every year and things like that. But I do think we need a procedure. I think basically what we had in years before was trying to limit each donation about $1,000, I think. Well, there's some things that require more than $1,000 to get them going. There's some things that, that you have to really look at and make those decisions. This procedure also, the way it's set up, will allow each district to have access to equal amounts of money, so that, that we don't wind up giving 3 times the money in one district versus another, because there's kids throughout the whole system. So, but then again, in looking at this, we also realize that there's kids from different districts play in another district, and things like that. We understand that. So, and I'm sure the other commissioners, we'd be looking at it that way too. So, but we are in the process, as Commissioner Matthews says, we're on tight strings right now. We're really looking at where we're at with things, and probably won't know for sure till August, when we know for sure what we've got and things like that. So, but that's where we're at with that. And as you know, and anyone that's been here before, we do our best to serve the kids in the county as best we can. And I think this allows us to do that. I think it gives everybody a little better idea of what's available to them from the county commission for that fiscal year. That way they know, when they're going to have to get it. And there's a procedure that he'll outline as far as applying for, just like applying for a grant.
Right.
And things like that, and make sure that you're an eligible group of people that's requested and things like that. So, but we will consider this, and and see where we're at. But I think like with what Commissioner Matthews said, we really, right now, it's real hard for us to tell how much money we got to give things. And if you notice on the agenda, there's quite a few people needing money for things and things of that nature. But I can assure you, none of us three is going to leave the kids out in the cold. You know, quick as we can figure out where we're at with this, then we will help. And I'm sure that's the way we all feel. So.
And I think it's more of a timing issue. I mean, 2 months prior, you know what I mean? I don't think that we would probably have had reservations, but whenever you're seeing how tight we are and what we have to do to get through the year, then I think that people understand.
And we're us as a league, again, we took over 4 years ago, and to just kind of, I appreciate the fact that I would hope that because we service the whole county, we would be able to pull from all 3 districts, because in the last 4 years, we've gotten a total of $5,000 from the commission. And there's been a lot of organizations that have gotten that in one shot. So,
Well, and I think that's where, when we look at this thing, that's one of the things we look at. You know, we're gonna look
Right.
at, you know, what organizations got what before, and, you know, I think it's gonna be a much fairer type thing.
Okay.
And not that we haven't been fair, it's just the fact
Right.
we don't know as we go through these things, technically what's fair to this one versus another one and things of that nature. But if we could look at the whole picture as far as the amount of money's needed and you know, you're gonna need monies next year too, and things like that, you know, so maybe we can have a better idea of how we can better allocate things to where you don't wind up on the short end of the stick and things like that. Because it's basically, as he says, a matter of timing. We're so near the end of the fiscal year that it makes it difficult. We're in a haze trying to figure exactly where we're at with things because of particular bills coming up and things like that. So, but we will give it this every consideration, and we will make a decision. I mean, you know, I don't know. Are you having your soccer now, playing
Yes,
soccer
sir.
now?
Yeah, we
When
have,
do you finish up?
we have 3 more games.
There was a
Well,
rain
2
out-
more games, but it
There was a
Memorial
rain
Day
out tonight.
weekend.
Okay.
Right. I
I-
told them to
I
all
have
show
4
up
sons that
here.
play.
I told them to all show up here in their suit. That, you know, and
My
their
son is
shirts.
supposed to be here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Pooter Butt? That's what I
Yeah,
want.
Grammy couldn't get
Y'all
it.
have
But-
your best one there?
But the last thing I have to say is June the 3rd, I hope to see all y'all at the new Huddle House in West Hamlet.
We'll just table that.
Let's stay with
See
it.
how we do.
Yeah, let's do this. See how we do.
Go ahead, or you table it.
Well, we were talking about looking at all the other requests first, and then maybe take, would you want to just look at all the other requests, do you want a motion this time? Or just look at everything?